Thank you. My name is Eric Schwartz. I am not typically a water expert. I'm coming from the business school, and I've gotten involved in this project in Flint with my colleague Jacob Abernethy, who is also not a water expert. He's a computer scientist, theoretical one. And what I'm about to tell you is a 5-minute story of how a couple of faculty and a bigger group of students have gotten involved in Flint Water Crisis Recovery, specifically how we've been applying our data skills. We're just a bunch of math nerds and quant jocks that can take data and try to tell some stories. And we really stumbled upon some terrific data from Flint and started inserting ourselves into some of the recovery efforts. That's what you're seeing here. So I've mentioned Jake. This team is actually the Michigan Data Science team. It's actually an interdisciplinary team, student-motivated, student-started. Jake and I just are the advisors. It's now funded by MIDAS, the Michigan Institute for Data Science. And this is a motivated group of students that you give them a data set about the environment or public policy or natural sciences, and they're running with it. And they've really been the workhorse behind a lot of this work. So where did we start? We actually learned about some of the data available in the Flint water crisis. I'm glad I don't need to preface really what the state of Flint was even in February and March 2016, but we immediately found out that there were water lead testing data available, actually available on michigan.gov, just right there, sitting there. And we started asking questions. We spoke to folks in Flint who passed us on to folks in Lansing, and everyone just handed over the data we asked for. Very simple questions, like, could you tell us what data is available about every property? Can we link each property to a water lead level? Yeah, okay, great. We started doing that and realized we could build a statistical model that could explain why certain homes have high lead levels and others don't. If I were to ask you at the start of the crisis, you may have said to the question, what percentage of homes actually have elevated above the federal action level, elevated lead levels? Well, most of you in the room probably know the answer was really somewhere between 7 and 15% of homes in Flint. It's not 85, it's not 95. The problem was where there was danger, it was grave, it was very high. And that was scattered around the city. What we were able to do was not only plot all of that data, but we were able to build statistical models using machine learning, the method known as random forests. So adding up lots of different non-parametric regressions to actually fit and predict, even for homes that have not yet been tested, what would be the expected lead level for that home. Given that we only had 10,000 to 15,000 homes now that even submitted water samples to be tested by MDEQ, we had a good 40,000 parcels in Flint that have never been tested. A good 25,000 probably occupied ones that have still not been tested. So we actually provided this data in the form of an application, a web app and mobile app. You can go to mywater-flint right now. It's been publicly released. It's been partially funded by Google for the people of Flint researchers and policymakers. But we didn't want to stop there, because what the models told us was, what are the drivers? Turns out, age of home. Not too surprising. If you were built in around the 20s or 40s, there was a higher chance of having lead in your home and a higher chance of, therefore, having lead in your water in 2015 and 16. The problem was, where were the lead pipes? That question is remarkably not known with certainty. And to give you a sense, even as of August 2016, the number of physically verified public portion of the service line in Flint, public portion from the street main to the curb box, was 33. Not percent, 33 out of the 50,000 parcels. The records look like that on the left. The degree to which they were digitized is amazing, thanks to our U of M Flint partners, Marty Kaufman. But the cost of digging and replacing is high. It's about $5,000 to $6,000 per home to replace lead lines. And we didn't even know how many there were. So we embarked on a similar task. Can we predict which homes have lead in the pipes? And we did just that. We've been able to, again, create a nice map, providing that to the mayor's office in Flint and the team that's actually deciding how to allocate the funds for the lead service line replacement program. We then give this to the contractors, they collect the data, and to give you a sense of the scale, well, people are starting to talk about lead service line replacements nationwide, and we hope this could serve as a model. Thank you.
Thank you.